What's up, fam? Tokoyo Carlton here, and of course, another week, another day, another live tonight. And of course, I like getting right into it. I always found it weird when I saw people go live and they're just sitting there and, well, I'm not going live until I got 50 people. I got 100 people on. I never understood that. Just go get the information that you want to share out to the people. That's why you're live. If they're friends or they're supporters of yours or followers of yours, they're gonna see it eventually, right? Whether it's on the live or it's the recorded. So again, I just like to get right into it. I'm not here to play games. I just want to give you great information, great content that you can apply in your daily life. So hey guys, real quick, my name is Tokoyo Carlton, and of course, here's what we're gonna talk about tonight. We're gonna talk about how do I move forward when my circle is holding me back. Well, let me first say this. How do I move forward when my circle is holding me back? So again, let me say that again. How do I move forward when my circle is holding me back? Let me let you think about that. How do I move forward when my circle is holding me back? Let me see here. Real quick, just a quick poll here. How many people watching this video right now are over the age of 18? Anybody? So what I'm saying is simply this. Let me say the name of this video again. It says, how do I move forward when my circle is holding me back? Well, here's the first thing I want to tell you. How do we change that? How do we change that dynamic? First of all, understand you are an adult. You have total autonomy of yourself, of your body, of your mind. So what I'm saying is no one can hold you back. The only person that can hold you back is yourself. See, really, I could stop the video right there because, again, you are an adult. As an adult, you have the ability to make decisions and choices for yourself. So when you use someone else as an excuse for holding you back, guys, that's literally what it is. It's an excuse. It's like as if your kids came to you and, and they came up with this old crazy thing or excuse on why, the house wasn't clean, the yard wasn't cut. It's the same thing as adults, guys. We use other people as ways for us not to achieve things that we set forth and position ourselves not to achieve. Why? Because of our stinking thinking. Let me say it again. It's our stinking thinking that puts us in a situation to where we feel that other people have control over us. So let me say this real quick again, guys. How do I move forward when my circle is holding me back? Again, you must take ownership of yourself. That's the first thing. Take ownership. Know that you can make your own decisions. Know that you can make your own choices. Know that, again, when things happen, you're the responsible party. Does that make sense? So again, when things happen, you're the responsible party, not them, right? They're going to go on their merry way and do what their merry way things do. But again, understand that everything you do, you are the person that has to take full responsibility. So I need to say that real quick for people, who are listening tonight that are looking for people for scapegoats, that it's because of them. My brother did it. My sister did it, right? We're looking for fingers to point. So see, guys, as an adult, we have to take full responsibility. So again, how do I change that dynamic? First of all, take responsibility. The second thing is, if these people who are in your life that you feel that are holding you back and they're talking negatively, or every time you try to go forward and you're trying to better yourself, it seems like they pull you right back in, right? So guys, understand, all that can change. So here's what I learned a long time ago, right? I had friends and they weren't as ambitious as I was, right? They didn't want to have, things going on for themselves at that time. They were in that party life. They just want to go out every weekend. But for me, I had loftier goals. I wanted to be successful. I wanted to have the house on the hill. I wanted to have the fancy car, right? Even though I'm not a big car person, I wanted to have the fancy car. So I wanted all these things, but the people around me, all they wanted to do was party. And as a young person, you can kind of fall in that trap. And so here's what I'm saying. Here's what I did. I learned a long time ago that it's okay to distance yourself from certain people so that you can move up, right? sometimes you have to give up some things in order to go up. Does that make sense? So again, when I say give up some things, that could be bad habits. That could be things that again, distract you from doing what it is that you want to set forth for yourself, right? The goals that you set for yourself. Those are bad habits. Procrastination seeks in, right? But here's what I did. I actually started distancing myself from these people. Now, listen, these are my best friends. These are people I love. I'll take a bullet for. These are guys I was in the military with, right? So again, I take a bullet for these guys. They're my brothers, right? So I would take a bullet for these people, but at the same time, I knew in order for me to actually move up and grow up, I had to just distance myself. It doesn't mean that I don't love them. And again, when I say friends, you can put family there too as well. So it doesn't have to just be friends, it could be family members, because sometimes it's the family members, the people who supposedly love us the most, who care about our success and our well-being. Sometimes they could be the very people who are stopping and hindering us from having success. Because again, we're listening to them and they're saying, well, hey, no, you shouldn't do this. You should go back to school, blah, 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 blah. You shouldn't go start that business. You shouldn't, blah, 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 all this stuff. And sometimes because, again, we won't take responsibility for the outcome, we want to play it safe. Safe is not where the place to be sometimes. Now, if that's okay and you don't have, big dreams and you're okay with just being status quo, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But again, if you have big dreams, sometimes you got to step away, guys. Jay-Z said it best. He says sometimes you got to step away, right? In order so you can come back and help out, right? So sometimes you have to get away from the very people that you care about, that you love, right? Just for a little bit, right? I've done it and I still do it to this day because there's certain people I can only have 5-minute conversations with, and there's certain people I can have 30-minute conversations with, and there's certain people I can talk to for days. So you have to learn how to pick and choose those people that are in your life that you can spend little bits of time with. Why? Because their mind is somewhere else. They're always talking about the club or the latest shoes and this and that. Or, again, man, you can't do that, man. I wish or, if I had this, right? I don't want that, right? So again, I just distance myself. I still love them. I still take that same bullet for them. But at the same time, what I did was I stopped hanging out as much. And they're going to talk, right? And you got to be okay with that because your dreams are so much bigger. Your passions are so much bigger than what people think about you. Let me say that because some people are so worried about what other people think. And that's the reason why they don't hit their goals. They're so worried about what John Doe's going to say, Jane Doe's going to say, what mama's going to say, what brother's going to say, what are my coworkers going to say? What is my best friend going to say? What's my husband going to say? What's my wife's going to say? See, guys, what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, you're responsible for the outcome. So if you need to separate yourself from that person just for a little bit, and again, I don't mean like don't ever talk to them. I'm just saying, listen, I may see them here and there. Again, may limit the time that we conversate, right? I have friends that I call, I love them to death. But when I call them, I already know it's going to be something, but they're going to complain about something happening. And it's always something they're attracting because they're speaking into existence. I can't afford to have that in my life. I can't afford to have those conversations. I can't afford to have that going into my head, right? And thinking about that and hearing people's constant negative news. I don't have time for that because it can drag you down as well if you play games with that, if you play a part in that, right? So again, I'm asking you, if you want to change the people around you, you got to change the people around you. That's called leveling up. So if you want to get better at something, you want to go again. Here's another part. You need to go and find people who will challenge you. People who, again, they don't know you. They have nothing to gain from you. All they want to do is serve. All they're doing is helping, right? So surround yourself with people, forward-thinking people, people who want something more. And see what happens is, y'all have heard this plenty of times over the years, I'm sure. You've heard that the 5 people you hang around the most, you're a combination of the 5 people you hang around the most. Right? We've heard that years and years and years, right? So if that's true, which we found out, right? And your mama used to say it, grandma used to say it back then. If Johnny jumps off the roof, you jumping off the roof too. Stuff like that, or. So again, what I'm saying is just distance yourself just for a little bit. They'll be okay. If they love you and they're truly your friends, they're still going to be your friends, right? Some people don't know how to support you, right? Because your dreams are different than theirs, right? And here's let me share this real quick. It's not that they don't love you. Sometimes they just don't want to be left behind. because they know you have it. They know you have that certain energy, that thing about you that's calling for greatness. And because they grew up with you, they came in the same, they grew up in the same neighborhood, in the same school with you. Y'all been friends since day one, been since the crib. Y'all been friends. And now here you are with these great big old thoughts, these ambitions. So sometimes the friends, they kind of, and they don't mean to, but they start to try to ambush you. Does that make sense? They said, man, you can't do that, bro. Man, that don't happen for people like us, right? And they don't even know they're doing it. It's just, again, it's that fear of loss that are in our friends and family members that, again, they don't wish us harm. They just don't know any better. And again, they feel a sense of loss because you're going somewhere that they've never been. You're going somewhere that they don't feel they can go. So understand that when you start thinking about, am I, disappointing people, or what people going to think, or, should I go after this goal, or should I commit? Should I go 100% in? Again, think about the outcome. What do you want to happen for yourself? What do you want to happen for you in your life? That's the end goal. That's the end result. Is we want the best for our outcome for ourselves and our family, right? And so for me to be the first Oprah Winfrey, the first Michael Jordan in my family, I had to disassociate myself with some people. And again, give limited access to those people. Again, I don't love them less. I just know that what I'm doing and where I'm going, they can't help me right now with their current mindset, their current situation. Because we can try to bring those people, we could try to drag them across the finish line. But guys, do you understand? The more weight that you start to drag, you end up what? Going right back down the hill. Because it gets heavy. It gets heavy sometimes trying to take people somewhere that you want to go, but they're not ready to go there. They're not willing to put in the work. They're not willing to read the books or listen to the audio tapes. They're not willing to get on the Zooms. They're not willing to go to the trainings. They're not willing to do the things that are necessary in the same places that you're trying to go, the same different environments that you're going to. You're saying, no, I don't want to go. And why do we have to go to those meetings and things of that nature, right? They're trying to pull you back. You got to recognize that. Like, hey, listen, Johnny, I love you, man. Hey, and again, you got to learn how to cut it short. I became a master at that. When I get on the phone with someone who I already know, the minute I get on the phone with them, they're gonna start talking that nonsense. They're gonna start talking about woe is me. Oh man, the job, this man. They ain't blah, blah. Hey, real quick, man. I just got a phone call. Let me jump off real quick. You gotta learn how to get off. You gotta learn how to leave that situation. And some of y'all saying, well, what if it's my wife? What if it's my spouse? That might be a little bit more trickier because you got that person in your house 24 hours a day. Well, how do you do that? How do you help progress something that benefits the family when the other family member doesn't have that same goal or that same ambition? Right? Sometimes you just gotta do it in spite of. You just gotta do it. Be respectful and communicate, but just say, hey, listen, honey, I know this is not your bag. This is not what you want to do, but this is something I really am passionate about. Then I need your support, even if you're not going to be a part of it, even if you won't go to the meetings, get on the calls, get on the Zooms. You got to be able to say, you know what? I love you and I want to get this done. And I'm not just doing it for myself, I'm doing it for us. And hopefully they understand and they don't try to hold you back. They don't try to, discourage you. And hopefully they're able to hold their tongue so you can do what you need to do and support you silently. See, that's okay for that spouse to support you silently because you're doing something different. And as I said, even with friends, same thing. You're doing something different. It's a different goal. It's not their goal. It's not their ambitions. They don't have that in them, but you do. I see so many relationships, boyfriend, girlfriends, husband, wife. I see so many of them over the years to where there's one of them. It's always one. Very rarely have I got a husband and wife who are on the same page and they were going in the same direction, really wanting to, make things happen for their family. That's the crazy thing about it. It's like, this is for your family. And we arguing about trying to be successful. We're arguing about, this and that. When I'm trying to level our family up, you ain't got to go gung ho, but support me. Right. So sometimes it's just about having that conversation with the other party. And then again, them just understanding, listen, you don't have to go on this run with me. Believe in me. That's all I ask. Just believe in me. if you're living with that person who's not supportive. Just believe in me. Support me in that way. If I mess up or I take a couple steps back, push me up, right? Remind me why I got started. Remind me what I'm shooting for. Because hopefully I told you why I'm doing it. Hopefully I told you my goals. So hopefully this is helping somebody. If it's helping somebody, man, go ahead and shoot some comments in there. Show some love, some hearts, some likes, something. If we breaking through, if we saying some real stuff here. And that's what I want to do, guys. As I do these every week, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Thursday. I just want to share from my heart. As y'all know, I don't script anything. I literally don't even know what I'm going to talk about before I set these lives up. Probably 5 to 10 minutes before I start. And you know what? I just start talking. And whatever comes out, it comes out. And hopefully, again, I'm reaching somebody, helping somebody with something that I've witnessed, I've been through, again, and overcame. That's the true thing right there. And I appreciate all the love and all the comments and things of that nature. I appreciate that, guys. And if you don't mind, share this. Let other people hear this, because if it makes sense to you, it makes sense to other people. Is all I know. So, guys, I want to thank you again for giving me some of your time. These aren't meant to be long-winded, even though I can get long-winded. I have to stop myself. But again, I appreciate you all. And of course, I look forward to seeing you guys at the top, from the top, or over the top. Take care, take charge, and we'll talk to you soon.